Hey everyone, it's Haley. I'm super excited. We're going to have Liz Diane with us. She is a Fort Worth influencer today, and I'm going to link her Instagram handle down below so that way you can follow her. And we're going to be creating a mythical deer look, and it's for a Midsummer Night's Dream Party. I am super pumped because I think that we can create this with anything that you have in your makeup bag, and it'll be a fun Halloween look. And I am ready for fall, y'all. So if you could subscribe and like this video, I would greatly appreciate it. Now, let's get started. Here's our beautiful model, Liz Diane, and we're just going to start by priming the face. You can use any primer. I used Becca. It's really glowy and pretty. And now I'm going to pack on some foundation, and that foundation is going to be a little bit darker than her skin tone, and I did that all over the face and down the neck and on the chest and pretty much all over the top of half of her body because her costume had all of that showing, and we did put some dots on it you'll see here later, and some glitter. Now I'm using Makeup Revolution's white foundation, and I'm just putting that on all of the high points of the face to really focus the center of the face. So I went under the eyes, along the side of the nose, and in the middle of the forehead, down the center of the nose, and then on the Cupid's bow and the chin. And just using that sponge and really pouncing that color into the skin and the foundation. Now I'm applying some contour cream, and it's going to be the darker shade in your contour palette if you have one of those, and just buff that in the hairline and all the way down to about the middle of the forehead. And you'll see I'll add some more color onto there just to make sure I get the desired darkness that I want, and just keep buffing it in there with that sponge. And you really want to make sure that this contour shade is pretty dark because you want those dots that you're going to put on here later to really pop. Now for the cheekbones, you're going to contour and carve those out. You'll put a line that kind of curves a little bit from the top of the ear all the way down to where the eyebrow ends, and you're going to buff that out with that sponge. You'll see over here when I start this side. Here we go. So I have that line, it's kind of in a curve, and you're just going to buff that out. And using that contour shade, you'll go right under the lip, in the center of the Cupid's bow, up on the tip of the nose, and then buff that out. Now using a clean brush, I'm just going to buff out any of those edges and make sure that contour and the highlight colors really blend well together. You'll see I'm going over all those areas. Nothing is on that brush, it's nice and clean. And now I'm going to carve out the lines of the nose, and I will start from the eyebrow, bring it down onto the center of the nose, have those two stripes going on the center of the nose on the top part, and then they slowly widen at the tip of the nose. And just buff that in with some contour powder to make sure it's all set. And doing the same thing on all the contoured areas, using that contoured powder to set those areas and buff it all in. And I am going to do the same thing with the lighter shades of the contour powder, and just to set those lighter areas. And I am going to list all of the products that I use down below, but go ahead and use anything you have in your makeup bag that looks like these products. It'll work out fine. Now for the eyes, use an eyeliner or an eyeliner pen. I'm using an eyeliner pen, and taking a point and putting it down in the inner corner of the eye, and then working that line across the eye to the middle of the lash line. And then I will take some powder, and then I will set that with some black powder to make sure that that line doesn't move. For the bottom lash line, you want to take your eyeliner and just go along the bottom of your eye, the inner corner, all the way to the middle of the eyelash line on the bottom there. And this is just a roughed line, so that way you can take that powder and smoke it out here later. And you'll see that I'm going to set it with some of that powder. Okay, so now we're going to take some black eyeshadow and just pack it along the lash line. You'll see here I'm using an angle brush, and I'm just packing it into the lash line and smoking out that lash line. It really brings it together and gives your lashes and your eyes a great look.
under that, I will start using the Makeup Revolution white foundation because I really wanted it to pop under that smokiness. And I know it's a no-no to do, you know, powders and then a cream, but I just needed it to pop more, so I had to go and do that. It's makeup, it's fun, so I did it. And as we say at the House of Tesla, I do what I want. No, but for real, it's makeup, have fun. And now we're going to set that under eye with some white powder from the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette and just pack it all under the eye to set that area. And again, just buff in some contour shade on those lines on the nose. And now we're using a contour powder from ABH, and we're just, again, buffing that in and setting all of those areas. Now for eyebrows, we wanted them to be a little bit bushier, a little bit bigger than her actual eyebrow. So I'm just filling that in with some eyebrow powder, and I'm just going through, brushing that through, and then brushing the hairs, then adding some wax on there to keep it in place so it doesn't move around. You'll see here, and then I'm just going to comb those through. And on the eyeshadow, I'm just taking that contour shade and just lightly contouring the eyelid there. It's not really eyeshadow focused, this look, so just kind of doing that so it'll bring the look all together. And again, going through and just buffing out the lines and adding a little more powder to those areas that need it, the contour areas. And now I'm going to put some mascara on her lashes. And we are going to pop on some Ardell lashes. I will link them down below. I can't remember the name of them right off the bat, so I will link those. But they did really bring the look all together, I feel like. I'm putting some mascara on the bottom lashes. And buffing out those lines underneath that eye. And taking a clean eyeshadow brush and just going across that line there to diffuse it. And again, just placing some powder on the face to make sure that those cream contours don't move. And now we want to conceal her lip. We're putting some concealer on her bottom lip. And that way we can really hide her bottom half of her lip. We want the top of her lip, her top lip, to be the prominent look here. So we're going to then cover it with some powder and then go back over it with that contour color underneath there and on the Cupid's bow. I'm going to put some eyeliner, black eyeliner, right in the waterline to define her eye there. Now for her lip, we're going to go and line her lips with a brown lip liner, and it's going to go on her top lip, and then we're going to go up her Cupid's bow onto her nose, and then draw a heart on the tip of her nose, and then color that in with that brown liner. And again, that will be linked down below as well. But you can use any brown liner. This one's a brown lip liner. You can use a brown eyeliner if you'd like. Now we're going to go in with a black eyeliner and just draw on another heart, a smaller heart in the middle of the brown heart on the tip of her nose, and color that in. Now we will be setting that black with black powder, and just so that way it doesn't move around. And then again, I went back and got some brown powder and went over both of them. And now I'm just going through and adding a little bit more texture to the eyebrows with the eyebrow pencil. And now the fun stuff, a highlight. We're going to make this thing really pop. We're going on all the high points of the face, so the tops of the cheekbones and the above the eyebrow, right in the center of the forehead, down the nose, on the tip of the nose. It's really cute on the tip of the nose. I think it makes it look wet. And I'm just going and diffusing again with a powder brush without any powder on it. And look at that, that's beautiful. Now for the dots. These dots just go around the perimeter of the face, so all along where there is contour. And you just want to not have a rhyme or reason, just put the dots wherever you want. And it's going to go all around the forehead, the tops of the cheeks, and around here. You'll see that, and they're not all the same size. And then I'm going to set them with some white eyeshadow powder. And now we're going to contour the chest. I'm just contouring her collarbones, and then I'm going to buff those out once I put the lines on there and on her neck. And now I'm going to put a contour shade right in the center of that contour and highlight them. Now I'm putting some dots all on her shoulders and her chest. Again, no rhyme or reason, just put the dots and then set them with a shadow. Now I'm priming her neck or her chest and putting some glitter. I use the NYX glitter primer, and that helps it stick, and then I just put some glitter all over her. And now I'm setting her with Urban Decay All Nighter setting spray, and this is the final look. I think she looks gorgeous. But here, we have to vamp it up with the headpiece. Is This Not Crazy by HelloAdorned. That is all real florals. And she just looks absolutely gorgeous. So please, if you like this, like and subscribe. Thanks.